y'all want to look at some yarn? So I did 2 Mary Maxim yarn orders, which if you know anything about Mary Maxim's shipping cost, you know I messed up. And you're gonna hear some plastic crinklies because things are in plastic, but I will figure out the microphone situation later. That is an expense that needs to happen at some point. But I've gotten this part is the mystery yarn order part. I have 2 bag-o-day acrylics that I had ordered just to put together, probably in a top or something. And then I have a completely different bag from a different order I made in order to make that flower bouquet blanket that I was mentioning in the last video. So let's get into it. Look at some fancy yarn. So first off, the 2 things that were not in the mystery bag were solid hues and shimmer hues. So this is the absence of light, which obviously my little goth brain needed to try Pacaday's black, of course. And I'm curious to see how different this is compared to the Mary Maxim anti-pilling black, because my last mystery bag, I had actually gotten like 4 skeins of this. Or not this, but the Mary Maxim anti-pilling black. And I've been enjoying that, and like this was made with it, and the colors may be slightly darker. It's hard to tell. It probably looked different when it's actually worked up, but I'm really excited to try a black. Like, it's kind of one of those weird things that, like, I really want good black yarn, but I guess there's not a whole lot of other goths that are really into yarn enough to tell me, hey, this is the best black. Because I was like literally looking up reviews and whatever of like, what's the best black yarn to do da-da-da with, and nobody had anything. But I got 3 of these to play with, and I got 2 of these. This one is Liquid Mercury, which you can tell has some black in it, or it's more like a really, really dark gray. But I really love that Stellina. So pretty. I really, really hope that she gets enough interest in order to do the Stellina in the solids, because I would love to have sparkly black yarn. That's, you know, feels as nice and soft as this, because I've used this at least a little bit so far, and I've definitely used it in another color for the bouquet blanket that I've already started. And it's so soft. I love me some soft yarn. But yeah, this is the Shimmering Hues. So pretty. I probably should have gotten more of this. I probably will later, knowing me. I definitely want to try the purple that she's got in the Shimmering Hues and the blue at some point. A lot of the other colors are not really my thing. I'm kind of a very boring, like, black, purple, and blue person. I wear a lot of like gray, but that's just straight up monochrome, and that's like my normie disguise. I just wear more gray instead of bright colors typically, but I'm really excited about that. So pretty. But yeah, I didn't write down how much these were individually. They're both the same idea. They're both the 150 grams, 5.3 ounces. These are 280 yards. Yeah, the Shimmering Hues is 280 yards. The Solid Hues is 320 yards. And the washing and drying instructions get a little bit different because of the Stellina. But if I'm making a thing that's like clothing, I'm gonna baby the hell out of it when I wash it, because I don't want it to get destroyed. So baby your nice crochet clothes. Baby them. They need to be very carefully taken care of. Alright, on to the mystery bag, because that'll be fun. So the first mystery bag that I had gotten the Parfait Palm Party XL in this brown. I think it was like caramel crunch or something like that was whatever they called it. But I got this one and it only had 2 balls of it. But this pack came with 3 in incandescent. And I think this is really fun. Like the neon or really bright yellow really like adds something to the bright colors. So I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to make with this. I could do another loaf cat, but that thing was kind of huge and took a ton of stuffing. And I don't really want another one. So I'm looking at like maybe a goblin or finding some sort of like sea creature or something, because I feel like this yellow color would look really good for that. I'm really excited. Let me open it up. Put my fingers on it. Oh yeah, so soft. These make such soft plushies. These are 100 grams, only 36 yards, which is why it kind of takes a lot. Like I didn't mention in the last video, but like when I made the loaf cat, I had to frog out some rows and make it a little shorter and stubbier just because I was running out of yarn. Granted, I did make it with a bigger hook than was recommended, but I tried. It was my first time. Leave me alone. But yeah, these should all be the same dye lot. Not that I'm really going to notice that much unless one of them turns out orange, but they look fine. It's one of the upsides of getting things in like bags of 3 or whatever. But I really wish they made these in bigger skeins. Bigger balls. Cake or something. That would be nice. I had to fix the storage issue. Hopefully it helps. We'll find out. Anyway, so the next part after the Parfait XL Palm Party incandescent. Yes? Yes. Ciao, baby. Now, I looked it up. This one is discontinued. But it's cute. I really like this purple. I have some pretty darn good luck with colors so far in these. And I don't know if it's just like maybe people don't like the colors that I like, so they wind up with overstock or something. I don't know. Anyway, Ciao Baby is a 70% acrylic, 30% nylon. This has 557 yards. It's 7 ounces, 200 grams. And this really nice purple. This is pastel lilac. So pretty. It's actually really soft. I think I'm probably gonna also try to make a garment or something with this. I'm not quite sure how far this 3 weight is gonna go. We'll find out, but I got 3 of them. Pastel lilac. So soft though. Feels really nice. I'm excited to play with that. Had that upside down. Ciao Baby. Which is kind of a funny name for a yarn that's being discontinued, but you know, ciao. The last 2 yarns I got in this bag are Premier Serenity, but I got 2 different colors. So this one is Chunky Tweed. They're both Chunky Tweeds, but this one is Carbon. It's a very dark with a lot of like, I think they all kind of have that kind of like brown natural kind of colors mixed into it. But this is a bulky weight, 90% acrylic, 33% viscose, 100 grams of ball, 109 yards. It has just like a fun texture to it. But I got 4 of these in this particular carbon color. And then I got 3 in the other color, which is eggplant. It's also Cerenity Chunky Tweed. This one has a lot more kind of like greens and stuff in the mix. But I think the 2 of them together might actually be kind of fun. But that would give me, I got 3 of these. So that would be a total of, wow, I can sew math. 7 skeins. Math, super good in my brain. I love numbers. But yeah, this is a kind of fun one. This one, I looked it up and it didn't look like it was being discontinued. But maybe they just don't like these colors. I don't know. But I was happy because I basically got a purple and a black. And then another purple. The only thing that's like out of my regular color sphere is the yellow. But that's going to be a plushie, so who cares? But I'm excited. I'll see what I can make. It'll be fun. So the last, well, it had some patterns in it, like blanket patterns and stuff. I wasn't super excited about any of them. They usually just kind of toss in some like extra patterns that they put off maybe for kid or something like that, but they're kind of whatever. But I got something that was kind of the same in this kit as I got on the last one, which is some of these London K, they're like Lion brand acrylic hooks. But I really like these because they have a twisted handle to them, which is really comfortable. The only downside is they're plastic. So they're not quite as smooth as you would like. And they squeak really, really bad with the chenille. The squeaking was a little hilarious. But I pulled this one out. This one was like the exact same as the last one that I got. So I technically have 2 of these now. But this one is the 11.5. So I had gotten, what are you? 9mm and 11.5. This is really pink. But I dropped it. It's pink. Not my favorite, but I really like the shape of this handle. If they made these in metal, I would be obsessed, but they did not. Unfortunate, I know. I don't think they even sell these anymore. I think they discontinued and they just kind of toss them into the mystery bags to get rid of them. But they're cute. I like them. It's just, I wish they were metal. That would be great. Anyway, that was the mystery bag with all of its goody goodness that I'm very excited to make with. Probably not as much variety as last time and like the things that I have in my brain to make things with, but I'm still excited. I had a lot of different like types of yarn and colors in the last one. This one's a little kind of 2-note, but it's fine. I'm excited. I didn't get anything I hate. And like, I think the only thing that's like not super useful to me is the one hook that I have a repeat of. And I mean, it's not the worst thing. I have another crocheter in this house. I can probably just offload it. So the next part, I've technically already worked through some of this yarn, but I have parts of the yarn that I have ones that I can show you. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So this is the work in progress of the bouquet blanket that I'm making. I love this beige. This is like a nice like buttery yellow kind of beige though. It's really nice. This is the It's gonna be a mess because I've been using it. This is the Maxim anti-pill worsted in cream. But I thought this would work really, really well for the center of the blanket that's supposed to be like the wrapping for the bouquet. And it wasn't going to like be too matchy with the yellow because this is a sunflowers and daisies style bouquet blanket because they make them in like a whole bunch of different flower options. I just like the patterns, but I think like my only regret so far is that I made this, I'm following the tutorial, but I feel like I probably should have used a smaller hook because I feel like this might be a little bit too holy, but it might, my stepmom lives in Florida, so it might be perfect with a little more airflow through it, but we'll find out. But I got 7 of those balls of the anti-pill, Maxim anti-pill worsted in cream. Those are all 100% anti-pill acrylic, 4 weight. Use a 5mm hook with them. That's what I was using. Here's 2 of them. And I got bouquet solid hues in pimento stuffed. I got 3 of these to do the like leaves and kind of green bits of the sunflower and daisy. And then I also got this is another bouquet solid hues, but in healthy to eat but bittersweet, which is kind of a chocolatey brown, which you're not going to see well because of the plastic. Easy with the light colors, you can see them in the light, but dark's harder. Nice brown, very warm. I like it. I'm excited to use that and see how far this goes. This is like mostly just for the centers of the sunflowers. I think I might have gotten too much of the cream to do the blanket itself. So basically after I finish that partial skein that's attached to it right now, I'm going to stop. And I'll still have 3 more of those cream. So I can try making another version of it with a smaller hook and see if I can tighten that up a little bit. And it'll still make a decent sized lap blanket with just 3 balls, because it did for this, for sure. I just have to see how much I have left over of the accent colors for the flowers and things. We'll see how that goes. So for this is the last ball of the cream that just got stuck in with the white because there was a whole pack of the cream to begin with. But I also got 2 of the Maxim anti-pill white to do the daisies with. There was also a bouquet solid hues white, but this one was just slightly cheaper, and I'm pretty sure they're the same yarn. So I was like, a couple bucks shaved off is nice. I'll do it. The last color I got for this is the yellow for the sunflowers. And I was basically, I don't believe they had a yellow in the anti-pill. That's my only complaint so far about the Maxim anti-pill worsted, is that they don't have a ton of colors. I think it's literally like less than 10. There's like a white, a black, the beige, and a couple other ones. And yeah, it's really limited. But I got, this is in the bouquet solid hues. It got a little smushed, but I got the agitated cream for the sunflowers. Because the other option was way more orange, and I thought this would work better. But it's still darker than this cream. So I think it'll still work really well. I think it will. I'm hoping so. But I got 3 of those. If that's not enough for all the sunflowers I'm making, I can't. The hardest part so far in doing crochet stuff is my math. Trying to do yarn math when things are kind of like left up to guesses, and like especially when it's like yarn I've never heard of, or they don't even say what yarn it is. It's just figure it out. I don't know what I'm doing. So that's, at least in this case, this is one of those where I'm pretty sure I got too much. But too much is also expensive. So like if you were really like had your heart set at only making one blanket, then it's really difficult to like have that all figured out so you can know exactly how much money you need to spend. Because I spent, just for this blanket project, like I think it was like over $80 in yarn. And then with the shipping was like over $100. So if people are trying to sell you crochet stuff and it's, you know, you're complaining about how expensive it is, don't. If you can't appreciate how much it is, don't buy it. Go buy something that's, you know, mass produced and way cheaper, because we can't compete with machines. We can't compete with slave prices. It's not sustainable. We cannot. That was the double dose of my Maxim haul. I hope you enjoyed looking at all the silly yarn stuff. I'll show, hopefully, I'll show you what I make with all these little things. Hopefully I can mix some of it in with some of the stuff I got before and not have to buy anything new, but we'll see. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, attention is currency, and I'm so grateful that you spent some of yours with me. Do something fun. Make something fun. Have a good weekend. Whenever you see this, have a good time. Bye.